Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video I am going to be sharing a delicious dessert recipe with you guys. This dessert is called Chocoflan, and if you haven't heard of Chocoflan, it's just a two-layered cake. The top layer is flan and the bottom layer is cake. And if you don't know what flan is, I would describe it as custard. And I just want to share this recipe with you guys since the holidays are coming. It could be a last minute dessert idea for Thanksgiving or Christmas, New Year's, or any special occasions. I personally have done this cake for Franklin's birthday and for some of my kids' birthdays. So it is very delicious and I really hope you guys enjoy it. And before I do get started on my video, I just want to let you guys know that I will be answering your guys' questions to my previous giveaway video. Alright, and this is everything you're gonna need for this recipe. So the first thing you're gonna want is a abundant pan, which is right here. The next thing will be a baking dish, because you're gonna be filling this up with water and then adding the abundant pan inside. 2 tablespoons of butter to butter up the abundant pan. Now for the flan, you're gonna need a can of condensed milk, a can of evaporated milk, 4 teaspoons of vanilla extract, 4 eggs, and for the chocolate cake, you're gonna need a box of your choice of chocolate cake mix, 3 eggs, 2/3 cups of butter, and 1 1/4 cups of milk. The box does say you can use water and vegetable oil, but I'm substituting the milk and the butter. Okay, and I did forget one ingredient, and it is called cajeta, so you will need 1/2 cup of this. I did find mine at Walmart, and this is just called caramel topping. So the first thing you want to do is make sure that your oven is preheating to 425 degrees. So we're gonna start by buttering up the abundant pan with 2 tablespoons of butter. And you wanna make sure that the whole thing is covered with butter so that your cake and flan don't stick once you flip it. And make sure that you do get into the creases as well. Okay, and that's how it should look. So now with our 1 1/2 cups of the caramel topping, you're just going to drizzle it to the bottom of the abundant pan. Okay, so this is what you should have now. You should have your buttered abundant pan with the caramel topping at the bottom. Now we're going to place the abundant pan inside this large baking dish, and we're gonna add water to cover half of the abundant pan with water. So now we're gonna set this aside and start working on the flan. Okay, so now we're going to make the flan, and you're gonna need to crack 4 eggs. Next, we're gonna need 4 teaspoons of vanilla extract. Your can of evaporated milk, and your can of condensed milk. And try to make sure you get everything of the sweetened condensed milk. So I'm gonna be using my KitchenAid to help mix all my ingredients. If you don't have this machine, you can always just go ahead and mix it by hand. Now I'm just going to be mixing until I can't see any more of the yellow part of the egg. Okay, so now we're going to add our flan into our abundant pan. Now we're going to add our flan into our oven for 20 minutes at 425 degrees. And make sure, because your pan is filled with water, when you do take it out, be very careful because the water does get very hot. Meanwhile, the flan cooks, we're going to start working on our cake mix. You can follow the instructions on your choice of cake mix and follow the ingredients that the box has. I'm using this brand here. So now I'm gonna remove the flan out of the oven and make sure that you have something to hold the baking dish with, and you do not want to remove the abundant pan out of the water. Be very careful. So now we're gonna lower the temperature to 350. And now we're going to add our cake mix into the flan. So now that you poured your cake mix over the flan, now you're just going to make sure everything's nice and even. And now we're gonna cover it with foil and put it back in the oven at 350 for 55 minutes. So now that it's covered with foil, you're going to put it back in your oven at 350 degrees for 55 minutes. Okay guys, so it's been 55 minutes. Now I'm going to remove the Chocoflan out of the oven. And once again, you want to be very careful because the water is hot. So now we are going to check and make sure that it's completely cooked, and if it's not, then we'll just go ahead and put it back in the oven. And you can use a toothpick. I'm just using a small straw. And my straw is clean. So now that I checked and made sure that my cake is cooked, I'm going to remove it out of the water. So now that I took the Chocoflan out of the water, I'm just gonna let it sit at room temperature for an hour or two. I'm gonna be letting it just sit for an hour, and then after an hour, I'm going to flip the cake over, and then it will be ready. And you guys, sorry about the noise in the background. My kids are watching TV. But now it is time to flip the cake over. And I'm just using a cake stand. If you don't have a cake stand, you can just use anything with a flat surface. And I'd like to just tap it a little bit. All right guys, and there it is, the Chocoflan. Look how beautiful it is. Okay, and I am going to cut a piece of it because Sophia, my daughter, wants to try a piece. And then I just drizzled some extra caramel sauce over the top. Did say that. And then I drizzled some extra caramel over the top. And then Sophia is going to be doing the taste test for you guys. What do you think, Sophie? Alright guys, thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video.